probably put out the most detailed tweet I could have. If any of you guys want to be really awesome and tag players and get things sorted beyond that, that'd be cool. But hello and welcome. I know the cameras are a little big right now. I did not want them to be this tall, but it was an unfortunate necessity of the game. I don't think it'll take too much away from it because, of course, we have the wonderful zoom out feature for a lot of these fights and engagements, and it doesn't cover up much. So player cameras like we had for Puck and Jim Rising and all those wonderful people we have once again. Something I've always wanted to bring a little bit back to show matches that we host and such. But at any rate, let's kick this off right. This is a $300 best of 7. Initially started at $150, but some generous people helped us double that prize pool for these wonderful players. I'm Rifkin, casting this morning with Zombie Grub, and spawning here in the bottom left corner of the map, currently, I believe without a team, the pink Zerg player, Livibee.
In the top right, as the blue Protoss, it is my Insanity's QueenE.
And I'm actually just going to change something up here real quick, guys. I have game capture on. I meant to do screen region. So, uno momento. While I fix that real quick. But okay, this is an interesting show match for us as well, because this is not our typical go-to for players, right? Like, normally we're hunting down the Koreans or looking for the best of Europe, but I'm not saying these two players are not the best in respective regions, but they're not the names you see prominently plastered out there. I mean, Livibee had a little bit of a stint with Red Bull. They did an interview. They took some amazing photos. But beyond that, you don't really see her playing or competing in a lot of these tournaments. And I guess my question to you, since I have the luxury of having a female co-caster, do you feel like there's any intimidation or segmentation from the non-female only tournaments, or do you feel it's just maybe people don't want to play?
Wait. What? Ask that question again?
Okay, from your point of view, like we've got ESL setting up things like the female tournaments, right? Like the female-only tournaments. Then you got like your Go for Starcrafts and your Zotacs. Do you think it's the intimidation from gender, or do you think it's just the fact that it's like, all right, Solar's playing, there's no point in signing up, that sort of deal? Because we don't see.
That's why they don't sign up for like other tournaments. Yeah,
like we don't see. Even Madalisk and some of the other more well-known players as well. I mean, Scarlet is kind of different because she's always traveling, but we don't see any girls in the weekly cups ever, quite frankly. And we would know. We cast them all the time.
Yeah. Well, some of them I know. Like, which one of them you have to pay to sign up?
Oh, the Monday Premium
weeklies.
Cup. Yeah.
So that kind of sucks. And if you're pretty sure you're not going to win because there's going to be at least a couple of pro gamers, then why bother? So that's why we see like just not a lot of people sign up for it. For the ones that are completely free, I mean, it's just some there's you know, if like 95% of the population of StarCraft 2, only like 3% even join up to cups at all, and only like 1% is like masters. Like, it's, you know, imagine like the 5% of girls, like how tiny that percentage is that one of them would actually sign up for weekly cups. It's really, really small. So it could just be that these Masters players they don't want to. Yeah,
that's true. That's true. I mean, but there's on the other flip coin too. There's players like what's his name, Demi Lovato, whatever, that Red Vipers player ZerG. He often competes and doesn't stand a chance. But I guess it's different mentalities for different people.
It's not about not sending a. Well, it's like I don't know. There's like 100 Master and Grandmaster players that never play in weekly cups. And like you're not calling them out too.
Well, they're not here. That's the only reason I'm bringing up the question. I mean,
well,
the thing is, and I want to make this very clear because I'm sure somebody's going to misinterpret this. I'm not bringing it up because they're girls, but it's the idea of like the Masters players not often competing. When you hear all these Grandmaster players like Snoot often go off about how, you know, these weekly cups are like the best things for practice and whatnot. But perhaps we'll put the jargon aside for now because we do have the game actually getting somewhere at this point. So Livibee, of course, taking that third hatch pretty darn quick here. She's got that really nice economy to work with. I don't know if QueenE is willing to be the person to throw down those extra gates, but she is putting pylons out early, and there are gateways coming down. So a total of 3 at the moment. Oh no, that's actually 4. I take that back. Oh wow. Okay, so this is going to be that aggression.
It's 4 gates off of only 1 gas, so it's pretty dedicated. I don't really know the skill level, honestly. I mean, you talked about how these guys weren't too different, and oh Jesus, that's really loud. I've heard a bunch of different things, but in my mind, unless QueenE can prove me, like, you know, tell me differently, Livibee's the better of the two. So, I don't know. I like starting off the games with aggression. I always have. So I kind of like this by QueenE either way, whether it's because she wants to start off aggression and wants to take control of the series, or maybe she actually does feel a little, you know, scared to play a macro game.
Oh, she did see that pylon come down. Okay, because I like the choice to have these spine collars down. A lot of the times you see Zerg players just struggle to defend this base because Lings alone don't cut it. 4 gateways is more than enough to tear down a third. We've seen the best players fall to this, so Livibee with a pretty solid defense to start here.
I'm not sure if I like the rover behind this, but as you can see, Livibee is pretty, I mean, she's okay defended. She only has Lings, though, so if KenZy really wanted to dedicate to this, she probably could at least trade efficiently, you know, stop Livibee from droning. But as it is, I mean, that cancel on that pylon just told Livibee that I can drone as much as I want because I don't think you're going to commit.
Yeah. The Lings don't quite have speed. I mean, it's kind of dangerous getting that far off creep without them, but if you can catch a probe or two, stop the pylons, and you stop the aggression. But, you know, it's not like a lot of damage was done here, but I like that Livibee was ready for this. Now, sadly, if QueenE does shift to the natural, ironically enough, there's actually no defense over here. So, while the third base is a pretty well-guarded location, it's not the case over here.
Yeah, I think Livibee severely miscalculated this. Now the Zealots have an opportunity to get into a very nice, you know, between the minerals or something.
She had oversaturated this base as well to keep it safe from that third. QueenE goes down here pretty quick. Ling's trying to respond, but oddly enough, the Mothership Core's got nothing to shoot it because there's not enough creep spread. Oh, there is actually now enough creep spread, so Livibee gets in position for this.
You know, Livibee never got a scout off in the main. She just assumed that it was probably a 3-gate. That's why she wasn't in a hurry on the Roach Warren, and now that's really coming back to bite her. I mean, she hasn't really lost that many drones yet, but it's not done, and it's going to be hard to clean up Zealots with just Lings.
You know, before we got into this, I know you couldn't hear it on the other end of the microphone, but one of the things QueenE said to Livibee was, you know, get ready to be pro-tossed, and I can't help but feel that right now. But you know what? Here's the thing. Livibee didn't lose a lot of drones to this. Just Queens and Zergling so far, right? She did pull those off to the natural, from the natural to the third, so a hatchery is going to go down, and that really sucks, but at least she didn't lose her drone line for it. Ooh,
well, what sucks about it the most...
Oh no, QueenE!
Well, that was a mistake. No, it was not necessarily a need for that, but what sucks behind is that what behind this is QueenE is doing an Immortal Sensual, and she finally did throw down all of the gases that she needs. You know, all 4 are now up and running, and she's pumping out that Sentry and Immortal. And we always talk about this map being very good for this type of build, but also following, you know, aggression with this build is also like really powerful. Unless Livibee had completely stopped the 4-gate in its tracks, no problem, then this Immortal Sensual might not have worked. But now, I don't know, it might look pretty good.
I think one of the things here too, I mean, this is not so problematic, but Livibee did throw away a lot of Lings trying to do a counterattack earlier. That did get shut down just by the force field, or not even the force field, just a sentry sitting in the wall.
Yeah, now losing a bunch of roaches right here. I mean, this isn't the biggest army in the world, but, you know, when you get that War Prism over there, and suddenly the Immortals never go down, they really live up to their name. And, of course, force fields, abusing this hatchery, you know, using the hatchery as its own force field as well, it's just a really good build. And, you know, as a Zerg player, you want to have the best time up to the last minute you have to defend, and Livibee has not. I mean, she's rebuilding a natural, for heaven's sakes.
Well, third base is going to get knocked down once again, feeling that power of protest laying it on thick, but Livibee did get a Hydra stand up behind this. If she doesn't throw away too many workers, once again, she can kind of recover off this.
There's actually no gas.
Oh my god, there's no gas because this base still isn't complete. I didn't even realize. I knew she had thrown this down. For some reason, I just assumed it had completed at this point, but...
well, she never got the gas in the main, the other gas in the main, or the other gas in the natural as well. And like she wasn't even mining. I mean, long distance isn't really helpful, but it's something.
But you know, you're right to bring up the thing about the gas, because the Hydras would have been like the saving grace. You know, you just get like a handful of them, you can shut down Immortal Sentries pretty easily. But unfortunately, Livibee's going to be forced to fight with a small handful of roaches, a couple of Lings, and a badly injured QueenE.
Yeah, this is not looking so hot for Livibee.
No, this was a really nice, very aggressive build out of QueenE. We see this a lot in pro games, but GG's going to be called. And before we get out of this, I'm going to go try and fix the cameras again, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened, but I guarantee you this wasn't so big before. QueenE's going to do a victory dance. I'll let them know what's going on. Hey, just so you two know, we're fixing cameras real quick. Don't worry about anything. We'll just be a moment before we hop to the next game.
Okay.
Alright, so... because I had to do everything individually. These all cropped up after I'd set it. I don't know why.